This video is all about how to sell a new product in the market. Make sure you keep watching right until the end because this video is jam-packed with tips from my experience designing, manufacturing and selling my product across major retailers, different countries and direct to consumer. So you're going to learn a huge amount hopefully from this video. Let's get stuck in straight away. My name's Phil. I've run a product design agency for 12 years. I've helped hundreds of people and companies to take their new products through to market, and I do these videos to help people like you learn some of the things that I've learned and make sure that you give yourself the best chance of success with your product. If you've got a brand new product idea, you're going to have to somehow communicate this new idea to probably a retailer or to a distributor or potentially directly to your end customers. So you're going to have either a presentation prototype or ideally you're going to have actually gone to a factory and got a production sample made, because you're going to have to show someone something if you're going to start selling your product. So that really is the basic prerequisite to be able to start selling a new product into the market. You're also going to need some kind of product promotion pack. So really this is probably going to be lifestyle images. So you're going to take your presentation prototype or your production sample, and if you're great at photography then do it yourself. If not, get a professional photographer and get some lifestyle shots showing your product in its environment, being used by its user, and ideally showing the benefits of the product. If you can start to communicate the benefits of this new product, then you're halfway there. Now, how you go about taking a new idea and getting to the point where you've got a production sample and you've got a product promotion pack, well, that isn't the subject of this video. I've got other videos on that. I will link them in the description below, so make sure you check that out. It's also jam-packed with other resources that you'll need as well. So once you've got those images taken of your new product, once you've got some copy that explains the benefits, put that together in a product promotion pack, probably as a 2 or 3 page PDF. Keep it really short and simple. Buyers don't have a lot of time, so you're not going to want to show them something that's huge and going to take them ages to download or anything else. And then the best way really, if you want to get in with retail, is to email some buyers your product promotion pack with a short covering email. Now the critical thing here is get the details right. These buyers get emails every day, sometimes hundreds of those emails every month from new inventors with new products and everything else. You need to communicate in your email how advanced you are. Buyers don't want to deal with people who've got some early stage idea that's miles off being ever ready to sell. So communicate the fact that you've got your production samples, your manufacturer's ready to go, you're just looking for your first orders. And the details are, make sure your email signature looks professional. Don't use the title kind of inventor or something like that. Put managing director or head of product development or something that looks much more professional. Update your LinkedIn profile, because what the buyer's likely to do is check you out online. So you want to make sure your LinkedIn's looking good, and you want to make sure you've got some basic website there for your product as well that looks professional, that looks like an established brand. Anything that doesn't look like an established company, anything that looks like it's from an individual, the buyer's likely to ignore it. Because as I say, they get loads of those emails every day. What they're looking for is product that's basically ready for them to order and be on the shelves in 6 months' time. They don't want to be dealing with a whole load of inventors working in their sheds developing on early stage ideas. Now, of course, the other option is to skip the retailer altogether and sell directly to the end customer. Now, you can do that, and there's 2 real routes here. One is to go down the Amazon route or equivalent, but Amazon obviously is huge for consumer products and you can get in front of a very large number of people very quickly, so I'd suggest that that's a good one to look at. And the advantage of Amazon is the e-com website obviously is already set up. There's hundreds of thousands of potential customers on the Amazon platform every day, and Amazon will also handle your logistics and they'll pick and pack the items and send them out to the customers and take payment and all of that kind of thing. Now they take about an 18% margin for that, but it could be well worth it, particularly in the early days. If you don't want to do that, then the other option is to set up your own e-com website, your own kind of Facebook shop, something like that, and start selling yourself. But then your big effort is going to have to go into marketing. You're going to have to be driving all this traffic to your website, spending money probably on digital adverts to drive traffic to buy your product. If you want some help with that, then please do get in touch. There's a link below. I've got some contacts I can put your way of fantastic companies that we work with that do a great job of marketing products. Now, you're going to have to get to grips with rejection. Unfortunately, if you're going to approach retailers or customers, you're still going to end up with a lot of people saying no. But that's all right. Your product isn't for everyone. It doesn't make it a bad product because your key target retailer doesn't want to take it. There can be all sorts of reasons around that. It can not work for their business at the time. Their business could have particular bigger priorities in terms of what they're focusing on. Maybe they're not taking on new products at the moment. And in fact, a lot of big retailers don't want to deal with a company that's only got one product. So that might be your problem as well. And if you hit these kind of hurdles, then what you can look to do is employ a sales agent, someone who's already got contact with all those retailers, who can open their little black book and who can speak to some of these buyers. And because they're selling in multiple products, not just your product, it can well be that that opens the door, and that then is a deal the retailer is prepared to do. Now, another option, if you don't want to go down the sales agent route, is to find someone to work with who's already been in the industry and has all of the contacts. That's what I did when I developed and sold my pushchair product. I employed a non-exec director. He'd already been in that industry for 22 years, and he could literally pick up the phone to anyone from the John Lewis nursery buyer right the way down to a kind of independent retailer in Brighton or whatever who was selling pushchairs in a small shop. But because he had those contacts and because he had those personal relationships, he got me meetings with people that otherwise I would have spent months trying to get in with. So he was well worth employing for a day a month to share all those contacts and help me formulate my pitch and how to approach these people. Now, I make these videos to help people like you, but this only really works if people like and subscribe and if they put a comment in the box below. So please do that. Ask any questions in the comments and I will respond to them personally. Final point, that often the best way of getting your product into the market and starting to sell your new product is through shows. Now, this can be trade shows, which are closed to the general public, where actually all the retailers and distributors and potentially people globally come looking for new products in the industry, and you're looking then to gain more retailers for your product or potentially overseas distributors. Or the alternative actually is to do consumer shows, where you've got, for example, the Ideal Home Show, where you've got thousands of people coming through the door every day looking to buy products for the home. And if your product is in that kind of category, then that could be a great place where you take a small stand, you have some of your products, and you start just trying to sell that to the customers. You get a huge amount of feedback at that point. Now, if you're not a natural extrovert or not great at sales, you might want to find a friend or family member to help you. You might want to employ a salesperson to help you, but that can be absolutely invaluable. You start to really understand what the challenges are to selling your product, what some of the questions are that your customers are asking. So that's a really quick overview of the process. Check out the description, ask any questions in the comments, and make sure you watch this next video, because that goes through how to go from your initial idea to the point of having that production sample of a new product ready to sell.